Hi, everyone. Welcome to Life Shifting with Aleta St. James, live from Hell's Kitchen in New York City. Can you believe that? Thanks to Natalia, we're actually able to do this. Sitter by day, videographer by Sunday morning. She's wonderful. Anyway, hi, everybody. How are you doing? Are you life shifting through this? Now, there's days I know where you feel, oh, wow, I'm in the groove. I can do this. I'm exercising. I'm doing my thing. It's really great. And then all of a sudden, it's like the walls cave in. And then you can start to feel like it's just too much. And then the loneliness and the isolation starts to happen. I want you to know that's normal. I'm doing live remote with people, and they're saying the same thing. Is there something wrong with me? How come I can't keep it up? Well, what this is, and I was talking about it last week, it's about growing through and getting to the next level. It's not about feeling that I can't wait till this is over, because it's not going to be over. You have to think long-term thinking. It's almost like a sci-fi movie. One day we just woke up and the whole world changed. And the challenges that we need to connect to are mostly connecting to three things. Our dream team of support needs to start with us. How are we supporting and loving ourselves unconditionally? I'm going to talk about that, and we're going to do a meditation on that. And the second thing is connecting in our dream team of support with friends, with family, with our tribe/community. And the third thing is our global, we are all one feeling. Our dream team of support now has to hit 3 tiers to be effective. And I could do a global meditation right off the bat, but I want to shift all our frequencies to a higher level. Because when your frequency is shifted to a higher level, you are triply more powerful. And the energy that you send out to the world in a global meditation so that we can help our health practitioners, our doctors, we can get the ventilators to where they need to be and the masks. It triples and quadruples in its effect because we're going into our higher 5th dimensional level, which I've been talking about in my 21-day quick shift elixirs and in my talks on Sunday. We need to be spiritual beings having a physical experience. Spiritual beings and our higher spiritual self is unconditional love. Bottom line. That doesn't mean that you're a doormat, you let people walk all over you. That doesn't mean that if you don't like something, you can't voice it. But that means that the bottom line is that when you start to look and connect to yourself, there's a feeling of unconditional love, and we start to release the criticism. So right now, let's look at our first tier, which is creating the dream team of support internally. I want you this week to just decide that no matter what, you're not going to criticize yourself. The end. You can have discriminating awareness and say, I wish I would have made a better choice, but I want you to really just let that go. And instead of criticizing, I want you to say, that's interesting. It's like mindfulness, noted, and then release it. And then say the affirmation, I unconditionally love and accept myself just the way I am in all my magnificence as I'm changing and growing. I unconditionally love and accept myself. Feel it and say it now. In all my magnificence as I'm changing and growing. Feel that energy. I unconditionally love and accept myself just the way I am in all my magnificence as I'm changing and growing. And that's your bottom line. That's why I tack on changing and growing, because we're in the process of evolution. we didn't come here to have happy, happy, joy, joy all the time. Maybe, I don't know, 10% of the people decided to reincarnate so that they could have paradise. They meet their right person in high school, the love of their life. They get married. They have 2 children. They go move to the suburbs. They have wonderful careers. Their children are all top of the line, A's all the way through. They get married. I mean, that's a minimal amount of our human experience. Most of the times we have challenges that we have to grow through. You need to love the challenges. The Dalai Lama and Monsignor Tutu were talking to each other in an interview. And basically they were saying, why do we think that there should be no suffering in this world? Why do we think that there shouldn't be any challenges? That's how we grow through things. But you want to grow through it with unconditional love of yourself, your dream team of support. I love you. You're magnificent. You're doing the best you can do right now. If you're a little depressed today, let's go listen to Aleta. Let's go dance. Let's go shift it. Move it, move it, move it. And then get to your high-flying being. It's okay. You're human. And you know what happens? It gets shorter and shorter. Those times where you come down on yourself, if you're really working, will get shorter and shorter, and you'll shift up. When I'm working with people, they get all upset sometimes, like, oh, I can't believe I'm in this loop again. Guess what? It's an onion peel. Yeah, you're in the loop. But you know what? Let's breathe. Let's use the light. Feel the feelings. Hold it for the count of 5. Release it. Let it go. And shift up to what you want to feel. That's the secret. Not perfect. You want to strive for excellence. That's the deal. Excellence, not perfection. So really feel that. Okay. And then we move into the second tier, which is lovers, friends, husbands, our tribe, our associates. I had a laugh because there's some clients that are in relationships that are having the best time ever. I mean, they're cooking together. It's great if you have somebody that you're in quarantine that cooks. Trust me, I never thought I would be doing this, but I'm going to Justino's Pizza every day for lunch. That's what's there. I'm not a cook. What can I tell you? But I feel so happy when I hear that people are cooking together and they're having fabulous soups that they're making and nutritious meals. There's a couple that I know in Hawaii. They are just having a blast. Fresh fish and fresh vegetables and beach. I mean, it's wonderful. But you know what? There are other people that are having the worst time. Do you know that the divorce rate in China went up double? And even now, you can just feel it, you know. People say, we need a couple session. We need an Aleta immediately. Okay, so we navigate it. You stay in the bathroom and you go in the living room. I mean, till we work it out. Because the things that you don't really connect to magnify themselves 1,000,000%. So your issues are going to come up. But let's grow through them. Let's work through them. Call me up, call a therapist up, get a book. You know, Harville Hendricks, Getting the Love That You Need. Use it to get more connected into your relationship, or maybe decide, you know what, this isn't working. This is not going to be for the rest of my life. The roots are not here. And you can also use the same idea of unconditional love in all your magnificence as you're changing and growing with your partner. There are 2 affirmations I want you to work with partners, okay? Because it's really, really important. And that could be your kids as well. I mean, I just went through something with my son that hurt me very deeply. And I did the Ho'oponopono. I love you, I forgive you, I love you, I'm sorry. Because I was really wounded. And before you know it, I started to shift up. Use it. So if you're in a relationship and you're with each other and the issues are all up and you're niggly, stop. Can't get out of the apartment. Can't get out of the house. This is it. Work it out. So then I want you to go into a meditation. It can take you 5 minutes. And say to the other person, I unconditionally love and accept you just the way you are in all your magnificence as you're changing and growing. Second one, I love you, I forgive you, I love you, I'm sorry. It works magic. Now, if you can get your partner to dial into that, then it's like, whoa, gangbusters. Sometimes that partner is not at the same level that you are. But if you change your frequency, you will help shift that partner. That's how it works. Now, friends, it's important that you reach out to friends. If you're in your apartment and you're feeling lonely and the aloneness, you breathe and connect to yourself. But then it's also very important that you connect to some of your friends. I had a beautiful conversation with my cousin, Laura. And she went right back to, when we were kids, and we went on Mother's Day to buy Eau de Paris or something in Howard Beach on Woodhaven Boulevard for my Aunt Mary, her mother, my mother. I just went right back there with her. It was magical. I was like in a movie. Talk to your friends, maybe that you haven't seen them in a really long time. Ask them how they are. Do you know that in business, it's not about how we're going to make the most money, how we're going to get ahead. It's how the people take care of their employees, the care that they have. How are you doing? Setting up mother, situations in each corporation, because mothers have a lot of stress on them. They have to perform at work, and they have to deal with their children and their marriages, and they need camaraderie. They need to be able to talk to each other. So reach out today, all the whole week, reach out to people. And you know what? Don't call them so that you can talk about yourself. How about that one? Newsflash, there's some people that do that. They'll say, you know them. It's like, how are you doing? And you're just about ready to say, well, it's really been, I know exactly how you feel. That's exactly how I feel. And they're off to the races. No, if you're that type of person, check it. Check it at the door. Listen. If somebody's saying, I'm having a really hard time right now, I'm feeling really lonely, or I'm at my last nerve, or my kids are driving me nuts, listen. And maybe you can offer them a suggestion. Maybe you can empathize with them. That's brilliant. These are things that when this thing is over, this pandemic is over, you're going to be at a whole higher level of how you relate. And then think long term, because there can be other things that happen in our lives. This isn't just it. Grow through it and become superhumans in terms of relating. And then get online if you're technically okay with that. I'm struggling a bit. I got to get my friends and my support team, my dream team of support, but find community. I mean, we're opening up our Life Shift community on Facebook and connect with each other, talk to each other. And what you're going through, somebody else could be going through, and they didn't quite know it. And when you nail it, they go, that's exactly what I was feeling. Connect. Be human. Find your dream team of support in your relationships, in your marriage, in your friends, and then in your community. Now, the next tier is the global. We are all one. Now, I had to lead in the Amsterdam production of Hair, and it was all about one, beads, flowers, freedom, happiness. It was about one. But we kind of lost that, and we're moving, and we're in the Aquarian age. That's what we're supposed to be vibrating to. And this whole pandemic is causing us to do that. Because we're seeing that in New York, where we're broadcasting from and where I live, where my kids are, where my studio is, it's got the highest numbers. So Governor Cuomo It's just saying we need ventilators, we need masks, we need to protect our healthcare, our doctors. You've seen them on the television and they're in tears because they have to go home. Well, what was brilliant the other day is masks and ventilators came from New England and Wyoming, and those other places to help New York. Because for some crazy reason, the federal government mandated that that's not their job. Hopefully, we'll send them energy and they're going to shift that because we are all in this together. When we get finished with the rise and the fact that we need all these ventilators, we can ship them back to the states that really need them so that we're helping each other out. It's amazing. If something isn't working, let's find the solution. Let's be creative. Let's be courageous. Let's do something out of the box. And that's where we cook into our global selves. We are all one selves. And that means that what we are going through, everybody else is going through. And as we evolve, we will bring our people up with us. When we evolve and shift our vibrational rate, we are lifting the vibrational rate of the planet. That's why it's so important that we're in our Life Shift community and that we do our meditations together, because we become stronger because of it. And it's not just about us. It's not just about our community. It's about the world, because this pandemic is the world. It's almost as if the beings of light said, hey, we're going to flatten out the entire world. I don't think there's one place, maybe some island someplace, that doesn't have this situation. So, hey, you know what? It doesn't matter if you have money, if you don't, if you're smart, if you on the spectrum, if you have learning disabilities, if you're, challenged in any way. It doesn't matter. You're a target. And we need to come in on a global level and get out of our little boxes. Like, what's good for us? It's not America first now. It's the world. Because we can take care of ourselves. China can take care of itself. India can take care of itself. And then if a pandemic happens again in the country, we're, excuse my French, screwed. Because it's coming back into us. So the most important thing is we start to think globally. And we start to think bigger picture. Because that's what's happening here. This is a pandemic right now. But the doctors are warning us that this is what we're looking at in the future. And this shutdown that we're having now, it didn't have to be so horrible, but because it is, we're learning what's the worst case scenario because we're living it. And I'm praying to God, and we're going to do this in terms of our meditation, that any of the other states that think they're impervious to this situation, get smart, wake up, get the masks. Do you know what happened yesterday? This was amazing. When we talk about morphinogenic resonance, all of a sudden it hit me, listening to the television, I was putting the scarf on, and then my super, Will, said to me, okay, now, I've got this lighter. If you can blow this lighter out, that means your scarf is not working. So I said, all right. And I did. I blew it out, and I went, oh, great. All right, so there goes that. And then there was something else that someone sent me on the Instagram where they were saying, wear a woman's thong, right over your face. Could work, right? But meanwhile, I'm sitting in my studio going over what I'm going to be talking about, texting people, be on the call. Wow, you know what? I really wish that I had a mask. And then all of a sudden, on my text, my neighbor, Jeannie, said, do you need a mask? I have an extra one. I was like, holy cows, this really works. This stuff, this vibrational rate really works. What is the likelihood of that? Crazy. I said, oh God, Jeannie, thank you so much. Yes, I do need a mask. Definitely need a mask. She said, I'll put it in a bag outside your door. I'll put it in a double bag. And I said, but wait. And I got my mask, and here it is. And of course, I went out this morning and I had it on backwards. And then I remembered, oops, it's the gold thing on the top or the silver thing on the top. And then I went on my way. And then I noticed the people that weren't wearing masks. And I thought, oh my God, that was me yesterday. We've got to shift up. Masks, gloves, help. That's what we need, because we don't want to spread it. We don't want to get it, and we don't want to spread it. That's global consciousness. That's friends and community consciousness, and that's consciousness for yourself. You know what? Some people say, look, I'm young. If I get it, who cares? I'll get over it. Well, guess what? Newsflash. That's not necessarily true. And also, another newsflash, you don't want to give it to somebody else. No, because you can. You can be asymptomatic and give it to somebody else. So let's think, dream team of support. I'm supporting myself and not getting it. I'm supporting myself and loving myself unconditionally. And forgiving myself for things that I wished I hadn't done or said or made choices for. Because my life would have been a lot easier. But you know, the detour can lead to the destination, as they say in the rooms. Detour to destination. And then with our friends, okay, and our tribe and our associates, unconditional love for them and forgiveness for them, and working out our relationships with our lovers, our husbands, our wives, our children. It's so hard now with children. Some of them love this online work, and some of them it's like, woo, really out to lunch. Don't want to do it. Too overwhelmed. You have to be able to work with them and relax and send love to the situation, and it'll shift. And then globally, let's help everybody with our intention and our love, because higher frequency in the 5th dimension, going up to the 6th, if we can get there, that is what creates the miracles. We need a miracle right now. You have the power to create a miracle on this planet with this pandemic, to shift it and turn it around so the people that need the help get the ventilators, that the doctors and the health care practitioners and the volunteers that go right back in. Even when they're sick and they go into quarantine, there are people out there that go right back in because they know that that's part of who they are. My brother, Curtis, who's the head of the Guardian Angels, was out there helping the homeless. Does that frighten me? Yes, of course it does. But it frightened me before he got shot, and I warned him. So now I don't even say to my brother, be careful. He's doing what he needs to do. I'm sure, hopefully, he's got his mask now. But he's right there with the homeless. He's right there with stopping hate crimes. He's right there helping anybody who needs help. That's where he is. So I'm challenging you in this meditation to really, let's move up to higher vibrational frequencies. Keep that during the week. Our unconditional love, our forgiveness of ourselves and others, our listening, our sense of if it's happening to them, it's happening to me. What can I do to help? Without putting myself in harm's way. You don't have to go to the hospital, but you can help. Who can I donate to, and who can I call? And who can I reach out to? Great things to think about this week. I want you to work with it. Because when this phase is over, you are going to be working out of your superhumanness. And that's the name of the game. Evolution. The end of the road. It's not about how much money we have. It's not about, this or that. It's about love. It's about how we've evolved and where we're taking it to the next level. That's it. Okay, now, let's get going, all right? All right, now I'm going to use hot pink energy. And the thing that's really interesting is on April 7th, a good friend of mine gave me the information, Rachel, that there's going to be a pink moon, okay? A full pink moon. And our love, that's why I'm wearing red, the unconditional love is hot pink. So we're going to bring that in today from the top of our head. That's 6 inches above. That's where the portal comes in from our spiritual self into our physical being. So I want you to close your eyes or keep them open and look at me. We can do a present meditation or you can go internally. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And in through your nose and out through your mouth. And feel as if your breath is like the waves of the ocean, moving in and out and in and out. And now I'd like you to imagine that there's a hot pink sun 6 inches above your head. And then feel the rays of the sun coming in to every cell of your body as you're breathing in and out and in and out. That hot pink sun is unconditional love. Feel it vibrate. Give it space inside of your body. That's your higher spiritual self connecting to its physical form, to your mental body, to your emotional body. There are 4 bodies. Connect them right now. That's your power, not your ego. Connection and relationship and your dream team of support with your 4 bodies on a personal level. So feel it. Feel the hot pink energy moving and expanding. And then personally, I want you to place your hand on your heart center, which is right in between your breasts. And open up your eyes and just feel the affirmation. I unconditionally love and accept myself. And you can say it out loud or to yourself. In all my magnificence, as I'm changing and growing. Feel that. Criticism and self-condemnation cannot live in that space. I unconditionally love and accept myself just the way I am as I'm changing and growing in all of my magnificence. Think of that word. You are magnificent. That's an amazing word. That's who you are. Connect. And then if there's anything that you need to forgive yourself for, I love you. I forgive you. I love you. I'm sorry. Breathe that in. Let the pink light surround you in that. Breathing. Feel the light. Breathing. Feel the light. And that's the first tier. That's your dream team of support for yourself. Now our second connection in our meditation is with our friends, our loved ones, our partners, and our community. And I want you to feel the same idea. I unconditionally love and accept you just the way you are in all your magnificence as you're changing and growing. I unconditionally love and accept you just the way you are in all your magnificence as you're changing and growing. I unconditionally love and accept you just the way you are in all your magnificence as you're changing and growing. And if there's some really deep hurts, especially during this kind of incarceration idea of isolation, not going out, quarantine, I love you, I forgive you, I love you, I'm sorry. I love you, I forgive you, I love you, I'm sorry. One more time. I love you, I forgive you, I love you, I'm sorry. And send that energy out to those specific people and into your community, your Life Shift community, because we're all here together. We're all human. We're all in the same boat. Nobody's got the answer. When you think you do, that's when you better look at yourself. And now I want you to feel that we're holding the world in our hands. Just open your hands, the palm of your hands. And just feel that heart connection from our heart centers, because now we're vibrating at a higher level, out into the world. And as we're doing this, Natalia, I want you to just look at the screen. There seems to be something up on Facebook. And breathe. And breathe. And think of the universe. Think of our planet. And I want you to really focus on the outcome, where everyone is protected as much as they can, where there's enough ventilators, see it, masks, people helping each other, people giving things that they need to give to help each other that normally they would be stockpiling. Do you need something? Here, I've got enough. And then bring that out into the whole globe. Because as we are healing, as we're moving up in consciousness, it's so very important that everyone heals and that we all rise and thrive through this pandemic, and that our borders can now finally remain open, and that we can interact and be kind to each other and not move into anything that isn't loving, compassionate, and empathetic as much as is humanly possible. That's the vibration of shifting up. That's the vibration that we want to emulate, and I want to feel that in your entire body, because we are light beams, and what we reflect internally is what we transmit externally. So we have our internal reflection and our external projection, and we want to project love and healing and sharing and caring and taking care of our brothers and sisters across the globe. What we do with them, we do for ourselves, we do for our planet, we do for the universe. We are a reflection of what we are creating. So breathe. I'm going to use the drum, and we're going to lock in that frequency, and you're going to feel it going out. Feel it for yourself, feel it for your community, your partners, and for the world. ourselves, to our community, our family, our friends, and the world. And now I always like to complete meditations, the broadcast, with an incantation guiding you. As my teacher, mentor. He's on the other side right now. She's beaming out with us. This is an honor of Connie. Say with me, I am the light. The light is within me. The light moves throughout me. The light surrounds me. The light protects me. I am the light. My love and blessings to you on your journey this week. Keep on your high-flying beam, and I'll see you next week. With love and light, Aleta St. James.